Game week 27 wildcard video. In this one I will take a look at the best possible wildcard team ahead of the next game week. It's really important to keep in mind that there will be a blank in game week 31. I've also made a video about chip strategy, the upcoming blanks and doubles, so if you're interested, check that one out. But as mentioned, in this one I will focus on the best possible team for game week 27, and of course, as mentioned, I will have the blank in mind. So let's have a look. In goal, I've gone for Raya. One of the reasons why I've gone for Raya is the fact that he will blank in game week 31. So I think it's really important to have a couple of Arsenal assets in the team and in game week 31. Given that we have two goalkeepers, it's really easy to just bench Raya. So Dubravka, he will be played in game week 31, and I will have a look at the possible game week 31 team at the end of the video as well. So Raya in goal, he is the most expensive and also the most selected goalkeeper. So I think that he is a safe option, considering that Arsenal, they are one of the best teams in the league, definitely one of the best defenses. So they will continue keeping clean sheets. David Raya, one of the best goalkeepers, so even though he's a bit expensive, I think that he is a good shout on a game week 27 wildcard. On my bench, I have Dubravka. He is the only starting 4.0 in the game at the moment, so Raya and Dubravka, I think this makes sense if you're playing your wildcard. In defense, I've gone for a budget option, Hill. He looks really good at the moment, nailed on for Bournemouth, and they have some really good upcoming fixtures, so only priced at 3.9. selected by 3% of the managers as well. And in game week 27, they're playing away against West Ham. So I think this could be a really good fixture for Bournemouth, and he can pick up defensive contributions and get attacking returns as well. So at 3.9, I think Hill is a really good deal at the moment. The next defender is kind of a shield, a safe option, Gabriel, selected by 40% of the managers at this point. His price has gone up to 7.1, so it's really expensive. But the thing is that with Gabriel, he is one of the defenders that tends to pick up defensive contribution points. He is one of the defenders with the best attacking threat. And as mentioned earlier as well, Arsenal, they are one of the best defensive teams. So not owning Gabriel, not doubling up on the Arsenal defense can potentially really hurt your rank if they keep a clean sheet. So in my game week 27 wildcard team, I would have Raya and Gabriel. The last defender in the starting 11 is Van Dijk. He did really well in game week 26. I think that he potentially can continue delivering. He has really good attacking numbers, so I think he has actually been a bit unlucky so far this season. So Van Dijk, considering the upcoming fixtures for Liverpool, I think that he is a really good buy at the moment. On the bench, I have a couple of solid options as well. Mukiele from Sunderland. He has proved to be the best defender to own from the Sunderland defense, and I have Thiav as well. He scored in game week 26. Not the best fixture, playing against Man City in game week 27, but from game week 27 and onwards, they have a couple of good fixtures. So in a rotation, Thiav could be a really good option. So on a wildcard for game week 27, I would definitely consider bringing in Thiav. You can, of course, go for someone cheaper like Goodman's on 3.8. This will give more funds to upgrade in other areas. But with this team, as I will show you in a minute, you don't really need to have a cheap defender. And Thiav, he could be a really handy asset to have on the bench. So let's have a look at the midfield as well. In midfield, I've gone for a double up on Man United. They have looked really good going forward, so I think that Bruno Fernandes is a must-own at the moment. He is the talisman for Man United on most set pieces, can pick up defensive contributions, and most importantly, he is the first choice penalty taker at Man United. He will play close to 90 minutes week in, week out. We have seen this for a couple of seasons now, so Bruno Fernandes definitely a player to bring in or to have on your game week 27 wildcard. The next player in midfield is Mbeumo. I think that doubling up on Man United at the moment makes sense. They have, as mentioned, looked really good going forward, and Bruno Fernandes, Brian Mbeumo, I think they are really good FPL assets at the moment. Taking set pieces, both of them. Mbeumo taking some of the free kicks and corners as well, so he has a lot of routes to go to points. So I think that Mbeumo should be included. The next player is Semenyo. I think that he is one of the most nailed-on players at Man City at the moment, especially considering that he is not eligible to play in Champions League. So I think that he will get the rests he need in the European games and will play most minutes in the Premier League. So Semenyo, he has looked really good since the move from Bournemouth to Man City. So I think that bringing in Semenyo makes sense. He is kind of a shield, as I mentioned, with Gabriel as well. His ownership is really high, close to 50% ownership for Semenyo. So for my own FPL team, I haven't had Semenyo recently, and it's really hurt my rank. So on a game with 27 wildcard, I would definitely consider Semenyo. The next player is Wirtz. Good attacking stats, really good features for Liverpool, and I think that he is one of the most nailed-on players in their team at the moment. So only priced at 8.4. I think this is a really good way into the Liverpool attack. The last player is Anderson, kind of a safe pick. He is one of the players that most consistently picks up the defensive contribution points. He is on set pieces for Nottingham Forest as well, so he can pick up some assists taking those corners. Thing is that in game week 27, they don't really have the best fixture playing against Liverpool. They have looked better recently, but those kind of fixtures are probably those fixtures that are really good for Elliot Anderson. I'm pretty certain that he will pick up the defensive contribution, so it's a minimum of 4 points for Elliot Anderson in game week 27. So midfield 5, Bruno Fernandes, Mbumo, Semenyo, Wirtz and Elliot Anderson. Let's take a look at the forwards. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, please consider giving this video a like. I have weekly Q&As, usually on Friday night, the night before the deadline. I post weekly team selection videos as well, with captain selection, updated watch list and my transfer plans. And when I find the time, I have deadline streams as well. So if you're interested, subscribe to the channel. But let's take a look at the forwards as well. Up front, I've gone for Erling Haaland. He is one of those players that will blank in blank game with 31, but we'll have a look at this in a minute. So I think that considering the ownership, considering the price, of course, you could go for someone else, but I think that Erling Haaland, he can explode at any minute. So at home against Newcastle, this could potentially be a really good fixture for Man City. I think that Erling Haaland is picture proof. I think that playing against the stronger teams that don't just sit deep could be really good fixtures for Erling Haaland. So one of the most fixture-proof players is on penalties for Man City, and I think that he should be included on a game week 27 wildcard. The next player is Igor Thiago. Decent fixtures for Brentford coming up. He looked really good against Arsenal in game week 26, even though he did not score in this game. I think Arsenal, they were actually a bit lucky against Brentford in the first game of double game week 26. Igor Thiago, he had a lot of chances. Probably he should have scored, but he didn't. So going forward, when the fixtures are even better for Brentford, I think that Igor Thiago should definitely be considered. On the bench, I have Krupi Jr. as well. I talked about the fixtures for Bournemouth. He is a solid asset. He can potentially start in this team in game week 27. You can start Krupi Jr., go for a 3-4-3 with Krupi Jr., Elliot Anderson on the bench, of course. So 50-50 decision for me at the moment, start Elliot Anderson or Krupi Jr. Please let me know in the comments down below who would you start in game week 27. But let's have a look at how this team looks in game week 31. I think it's really important to not bring in too many players that will have a blank in game week 31. At this point, we know there are 4 teams that definitely will blank in game week 31. It's Arsenal, Wolves, Crystal Palace, Man City. So it's tempting to bring in a couple of Crystal Palace players, but this will make blank game week 1 really hard to navigate. So this is why I don't have any Crystal Palace players in this team at the moment. With this team, I'm really considering to just navigate blank game week 31 by using my transfers. And let's have a look at how this team looks in blank game week 31. So this is how the team would look in blank game week 31. 11 starters. Of course, Semenyo, he would be on the bench with Mukiele in the starting 11. So if you go for this wildcard team, you will have 11 players for blank game week 31. So Dubravka, he would start playing against Fulham. Not the worst fixture. He can pick up save points as well. So decent fixture for Burnley and Dubravka. Hill playing against Bruno Fernandes and Mbumo is not ideal. So of course we will get some free transfers between game week 27 and blank game week 31. So we can potentially make a couple of transfers and avoid having Hill against a double up on United. Thiav against Sunderland, decent fixture. Van Dijk against Brighton. In midfield, as mentioned, the double up on Man United against Bournemouth. Semenyo, he will blank, so Mukiele, he will come in and make this formation a 4-4-2. Wirtz against Brighton. Elliot Anderson playing away against Spurs. This could potentially be a really good fixture for Nottingham Forest and Elliot Anderson. Up front, Krupe Jr., as mentioned, playing against Man United. Igor Thiago against Brentford. So I think this team looks really good. Of course, we will get transfers between game week 27 and blank game week 31. But if you go for this wildcard team, your team actually looks pretty decent without making any transfers. So please let me know what you think about the game week 27 wildcard team in the comments down below. Please let me know what's your chip strategy as well. I made a video with the upcoming blanks and doubles and my chip strategy for this season. So if you're interested, it's linked in the description down below. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you like the content, please subscribe for more FPL content.